Extraordinary Regional Heads of State Summit. We're crossing live now to our to Sophie Mokoena, our foreign political editor in Lesotho. Sophie, once again, good morning. Let's see if we got that connection with you.
Good morning, Elvis.
Wonderful. I can hear you very faintly, but can you tell us what is currently happening in Lesotho after the SADC facilitator, the Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa's visit yesterday?
Elvis, I couldn't hear you properly, but what I can say is that yesterday the Deputy President of the Republic, who is also a mediator in the Lesotho crisis, was in Lesotho where he spoke with stakeholders as part of the consultation to ensure that Lesotho finds itself, or there is synergy in terms of leadership in Lesotho to resolve the current problems. You'll recall that the death of the former commander of the Lesotho Defence Force, Mr. Mahau, caused a serious tension in the Mountain Kingdom, and therefore the Deputy President had to come to Lesotho to look at this issue as per instruction of the chair of the organ on politics and defence, who is in this instance President Jacob Zuma. Therefore, he met different parties and they expressed their views, and they kind of gave him what they think is the root cause of the problem. And what comes out is the fact that you need a political reform in terms of the constitution and how the civil service is operating in this country. You'll recall that a group of parliamentarians went to New Zealand after the coalition government, the previous one, was elected, to study this model of a coalition. But unfortunately, the recommendation thereof still has to be implemented. Therefore, because in this case, again, you have a coalition government, but also you have now those who were in the coalition government, leading the coalition, being in the opposition bench. Tension has kind of started, but what makes things worse was the death of the former commander. And with me here, I have the leader, one of the leaders of the SABC, the official opposition in Lesotho, Mr. Nsekela, to talk to us about the views of his party, because yesterday we spoke to the Prime Minister and the BNP. Mr. Nsekela, people are saying the problem in Lesotho, all political parties, you tend to interfere in the running of civil service, particularly the defense and the police, therefore causing this security problem. What is your reaction to these allegations as an opposition?
Thank you. I as well, from the SABC party, or Lesotho Convention Party, I will agree. That's why we went to New Zealand for the reforms, because it has been a long-term overdue for us to come up with the reforms that can restructure our government in Lesotho, especially the security force. Because if we can recall, each and every time, if you look at the history of Lesotho, most of there's an engagement of the security force in governments.
But your party also is being fingered. People are saying this defense force, the police, or the civil service is divided in terms of supporting two different groups, and your party is not immune from these allegations. You are also being cited as a problem.
It may be a perception, but I cannot confirm the perception, madam. But the issue is, we as Lesotho, we are quite aware that there is a need for reforms, which we have already agreed upon. Even my party, my leader, he's the one, if you can still remember, he was still in power when we went to New Zealand.
That is Nsekela, the leader of the SABC, the official opposition in Lesotho. But I can tell you, Elvis, that yesterday the Prime Minister, Ntate Pakati Thamisi, was also committed to ensuring that they implement the recommendations after they went on a fact-finding mission in New Zealand that will guide them to ensure that when you have a coalition government, what needs to be done to ensure that government runs smoothly. But secondly, these reforms, because when you speak to experts also, your academics, they are locating the problem within the security apparatus, where you have to come up with a clear policy and a mandate that says these institutions must be depoliticized and they must be independent. And I want to emphasize the allegations that the civil service and the security is biased. It's not located to one party only. Every time you have a new government, there are allegations that the government of the day is using its political influence to direct the civil service and also the security establishment to do certain things. It was the same with the previous coalition government. It was being accused of using the security cluster, but also the civil service for their own political gains. Now you have another new government. It's facing the same allegations, but yesterday the Prime Minister was firm on the fact that he is going to lead the process to implement those reforms, the constitutional reform, but also to ensure that you depoliticize the civil service and the security establishment. And him saying that he's looking forward to the Troika meeting tomorrow, where he will put his side of the story, but also accept and listen to his peers when they come up with suggestions, because you recall, Lesotho is part of Troika. Therefore, he is going there coincidentally as a member of Troika, but the matter on the table, of course, being Lesotho. And he was committed to ensuring that he engaged all stakeholders to find a solution to the Lesotho problem.
Sophie, thank you so much. Just briefly, if you can just update it, that meeting is taking place tomorrow, the Troika meeting. What can we expect from that meeting?
Well, the chair of SADC is expected to attend. That is President Robert Mugabe. You are aware that the current chair is Zimbabwe. The incoming chair, the president of Botswana, Khama, is also expected to attend because it's a double Troika. President Jacob Zuma being the chair of the organ on politics and defense, with the Lesotho, of course, being part of that institution, the politics and defense. So you're expecting Namibia as well, and it will be a bigger forum, and of course then the matter will be Lesotho. And these leaders, the heads of state, it's a heads of state urgent Troika meeting, is expected to come up with solutions. But yesterday there was progress, because you'll recall Deputy President Ramaphosa made an announcement that the Prime Minister of Lesotho has requested that SADC should assist in the investigation of the death of a former commander. And he pointed out that the South African team of pathologists will be involved, but also Namibia and Zimbabwe will send a team of experts to assist in the investigation. And Ramaphosa saying that the fact that the Prime Minister is putting this proposal, something that they also would want to see happening, so that you have an independent investigation to avoid a situation where the team that's in Lesotho is being accused of taking sides, so that all parties can be happy and we can get to the bottom of this issue and the truth can come out.
Sophie, thank you so much for that report. That was our foreign political editor, Sophie Mokoena, live from Lesotho.